This is the Real Eyes Recognize podcast.
Now your hosts, Dustin Gutkowski and UFC fighter Kevin Holland.
All right, guys, we're here. This is Real Eyes Recognize. We got Jamahal Hill in the motherfucking house. We got my man over here, Dustin, who's always busting. Of course, we got Adaire, who cares. So, yeah. Then me, of course, and the guy who always has this fucking big ass mic right in front of his face, big black. Say that for OnlyFans. All right, Jamahal Hill, how you doing, brother?
What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, nothing much. So, one thing I gotta ask you is how's the CBD out here in Texas? Because we know we can't have cannabis.
It's pretty good.
Tastes like cannabis still, huh?
Good, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That was the question.
I mean, you know, why not?
Yeah, get it started.
Yeah, you know, I never read the questions that's designed for us to ask.
Well, to be fair, we didn't have any questions for this one.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, good.
You should have told him.
This one's
You'd
off
be like,
the rip.
hey, you should have told him, hey man, we sent those to you. You're supposed to ask all the
Yeah, you're
questions.
supposed to ask
tonight.
all the questions today, Kevin. What the fuck?
You didn't get those for real?
No, you guys really send those for us?
Yes, we sent him an email.
First question, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
Where is it? So like where are you from? Is Grand Rapids or is that?
Yeah, I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, nice. I was in Detroit for almost a year. I like Michigan. Michigan's nice. Just too cold.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna hang out at for this winter.
Texas.
Oh, do you
Come on.
move when the
Hey, hold
weather
on.
changes?
Wait a minute. You can't say that because from what I've seen, y'all had snow down here, right?
Bro.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't have.
but it's
y'all
only
ain't know
for
what
what?
the fuck to
2
do,
months?
bro.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
It's
ain't know
chaos.
what to do.
What?
It was
do
ice.
Do you
At least-
remember it though?
At least
Yeah,
up there, we
I
was
remember it.
2021?
Yeah.
At least we got preparation.
When it was ice?
We had snowvid.
Yeah.
Bro, we were
all.
stuck in the house. We
ice.
couldn't go. Yeah, we couldn't
was
go anywhere
ice.
though. Generators were killing people, and
Yeah,
it
people
was
were freaking
bad.
out.
Do we have to sign a waiver for Snowvids? Like
yeah,
just COVID?
it was bad, bro. Like every winter now, I'm freaked out. Like, oh my god.
Everyone.
like,
It's only been like 2 winters ago.
see, I just pictured that. Was it that? Was that Ethan Hawke or whatever? Remember that movie? Precinct Assault on
when everything
Precinct
iced over?
13.
Yeah,
Or whatever. Yeah, I think about.
they were stuck in
I
there.
figure like y'all.
I haven't seen
Nobody does anything.
That was y'all's
It's-
situation
It's
like
terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then in the next year, they're
I
like,
had a
we're
truck,
prepared
though,
this
so I was
time.
good.
No, they didn't.
Then like
nobody
you
was
look at it from a scope on the outside, and it was just like a little bit of snow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good as long as the power doesn't cut off.
Yeah, that's what was happening.
Yeah, as long as my
Because
power
some
doesn't cut off.
people's
I'm
in
good.
those certain areas, they were shutting the power off.
Then you can't even take a fucking shower, and you know.
You
shit
can,
gets
but it's
bad.
super cold.
Yeah,
Shivers from the shitter. That's
I
not
was,
good.
yeah, shivers from the shower.
I would.
Yeah, that's not. We're not doing that.
You
I
don't
was
want to
actually up in the house at one point in Michigan where they ran on like a propane tank. So like that propane run out, bro. You gotta like call the company and wait for them to bring.
How long does that take?
You also gotta pay them a certain amount. And I was broke back then.
Oh hell no! I'd have been stealing propane.
I don't think you can.
I'm not telling y'all out there to steal propane. But
Jar, what are you gonna do with it?
take the thing loose, run off.
Hey, bro, when I moved to Michigan in the summer, it's the prettiest place you could move. I was like, man, Detroit's nice. It's so nice. The weather was perfect. Like, and hey, man, when that cold hit, I was like, I'm out, dude. I was like, I'm not even gonna be cool about it. I was like, this, and then the story was a lady got home and it was so cold in Troy. It's like a nice area.
Yeah.
She forgot her keys or something. It was so cold she froze to death.
Oh,
like
no.
I was like, I'm out, dude. Like this, I'm
I
from
remember
Texas.
that.
Yeah.
Like, and people just normal. They were taking walks. They walk their dog. They're running around.
Bro, it will be a blizzard outside, right? And I don't get me wrong. I grew up over there, and I still don't understand this shit. It will be a blizzard outside, and you will see a motherfucker walking down the street in basketball shorts,
Yeah,
and a t-shirt, like it's summertime.
just chilling. This is cool.
Just just. I just want to say every time I see somebody do that, I'll be ready to get out and just like whoop their ass. I want to get out and just beat the fuck out of them. Yeah. Like just be some sense into them.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
I went to Flint, Michigan, I think twice, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the first time I went,
You didn't drink the water.
never. I knew better than that. Second time though, it was cold. It was really, really cold. Like really, really cold. And
What
I
month
like,
was it?
I don't know. I think it was like January. And it was like negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
And I was like, why is it negative?
how do you go into the negative?
I was like, what do you do here? Yeah, I had this jacket, and the jacket was like really long, and it was like
What color?
kind of big. It was gray and black.
Okay.
And I thought it was a really good jacket, and I brought a little hoodie. You know what I mean? Just in case the days I didn't need the jacket. Turns out I need the jacket and the hoodie, and then I had to go to the store and buy some pocket warmers and some gloves and some ear mitts.
Thicker socks, everything.
Yeah.
Bro, I was wearing double socks every
Yeah,
day.
I was about
And
to
then
say.
I looked at her and I was like, "Hey, can you switch my flight to about a day earlier? I'm running out of clothes. You know, it's like this is getting bad."
And you're still not prepared.
Yeah.
You can't have
If
enough.
it's that cold there, then you'll be fine in Texas because it's not. And we don't
not
ever get
close.
to negatives here ever.
Yeah, but their roads and stuff is constructed for that. They have machines that help plow it. But out here we got snowvid, so when it gets cold, we're just stuck.
vacations.
We just shut down.
Yeah, we don't know what to
School
do.
shuts down.
Yeah, like I'm surprised they didn't shut the road down today with all the rain.
Bro, we used to imagine like it'll snow like 18 inches, bro. You still gotta go to school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, we're
it's-
not doing.
I just stayed home.
That should be real.
You'll
bro.
have to your cars will literally be under snow and people they're just
Yeah,
going,
they
bro.
just you get outside, you snow that shit out. You do it in shifts, in breaks. You go out, you snow as much as you can. You get cold, bring your ass back inside. Unthaw your feet, unthaw your feet out, unthaw your hands out.
Then you gotta do it again.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, bro, give my jacket back. It's starting to get cold in here. Just thinking about this shit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just playing.
So we had this asshole that lived by us in Michigan, and Connor was just a newborn, and he's like, I don't know what it was, but like 2 a.m., 4 a.m., he just played music all night. And go knock on, like, hey man, my wife is the crazy. I've already told you the story, right? I go over there and knock, and I'm like, hey man, turn it down. He's like, I don't gotta turn it down. I'm like, yeah, you need to turn it down. I'm like, don't let my wife come over here. She's gonna fuck you up. Like he wouldn't turn it down, like loud, and would like shake. People would call the cops. So it was so cold that I was like, this asshole. So we lived in these townhomes. So it was like 4-story, and on the third, I took the water like Home Alone and dropped it on its steps. I'm like, when this motherfucker wakes up in the morning to go to work, he's gonna slip down the steps.
Yeah.
But hey, bro, it was so cold there, negative. When you start to throw the water out the third story, it freezes. It starts to freeze and turn into like the snow. Like
Yeah.
you can't.
That's crazy.
I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, actually that week, whenever that propane tank ran out, bro, it got like -20 wind chill.
Oh hell no.
So like they gave like an advisory, and you couldn't go out. So like you want like limit being outside exposed to like less than 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Then what was it? One of the gas companies had like a fire, right? So they literally put out like an alert asking people to turn down their heat, to turn it down, only run a certain amount of heat, so we don't run out of heat. And people like, bro, you run out of heat and this shit,
Done.
it's over.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That was some real shit up there.
Yeah, I'd have been a little nerve wracked on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Is that where you were born?
Huh?
Were you born?
I was born in Chicago.
I was born in Chicago. When did you move to Michigan?
I moved to Michigan when I was 12.
12 been there. That's awesome. Does it get so cold? Does it affect your training? I mean, what if you can't get out for longer than 2 minutes? Are you still able to go train? Or if that happens, with
Yeah, bro, you deal with it.
yeah, you go.
You deal with it. Yeah,
That's
sure.
Just work through it, huh?
Yeah.
Shovel your shit, you drive.
Just go.
You better drive slow, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta learn how to spin out. It's an art to it.
Yeah, so art to
art
just.
Don't overcorrect.
Yeah,
man.
I ain't gonna lie. Every once in a while on the freeway when it's raining real hard, I do a little.
Did you do it today?
Nah. I had Jamal in the car, so I was trying to be
Damn.
smooth.
Yeah.
You try to like skate on the water.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't be having a choice sometimes. I be trying to still go the speed limit. You know what I'm saying?
Try. Sometimes you just can't.
Busy man. It's got
Yeah.
places to be.
Yeah, I understand that. But you're on a tear, man. You are on a tear in UFC right now. That's awesome.
Had to get back to work, man. Drop the L. Had to get back to me.
And recently you're beating some big names. What was it? Johnny Walker, and then Thiago was the last one, right? Yeah, Santos. Yeah. Man, just on a tear. Congratulations on that. What was your story? I read 6 kids, right? Yeah, 6 kids coming up. One on the Contender Series, and then just kicking ass. What? I know you just said coming off the L. Was it something that fired you up? Was it like a switch to go on? I mean, because you're dominating.
Yeah, to a degree. Obviously, it left a bad taste in my mouth. I never lost, amateur, pro, so it was. But right away, I realized what I had done wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was an easy fix for me. So it was something easy for me to accept, and it was just more so about being eager to get back out there so I can just show.
Yeah, and what
show that.
was there an injury in that fight? What did you?
Yeah, but I got caught in submission.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame it. I'm not gonna blame it on the injury.
Yeah.
The injury was a result of a mistake that I made that he was able to capitalize.
Capitalize on.
You know, so I take it as that. You know, but I understand not just like the damn. Couch trying to eat me.
That's why his pants were pulled up earlier. That's what happened.
First time I
he's
came here and I
trying to
moved on the
eat me,
couch,
bro.
I was like, damn.
We gotta get a new couch. Yeah, we get a new couch.
No, we just gotta put some girls on the couch.
I'm opposed to that. But so it was immediately I knew what I did wrong. You know, so
Yeah.
it was an easy fix for me, and it was just eager for me to get back into it. The injury was just irritating me because now I got to deal with this first before I can just get right back in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, everybody like, oh yeah, he tough. He should have tapped. That was just dumb arrogance, competitiveness. I wanted to win. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about nothing else but that. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Now I don't worry about it. Now that's why things different. Now I feel awesome.
Yeah, man. It was, I mean, just watching your stuff looking great. I mean, you look just incredible, man. It looks like a switch was hit, and I was like, man, this dude's on an absolute tear. And then I saw, wasn't that video of you where that prankster tried to? Was that you that the prankster tried to?
Yeah,
the phone guy?
Frank went wrong.
What went wrong?
Yeah, I like that guy's videos. I've been watching
Yeah,
that.
he's fun. Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, he's funny. He got with my managers because like I had pranked my manager because like my manager's always like on me, like, you know, my team, the people that are around me, they like, you know what I mean, they like older, they like to look out for me.
Yeah.
They want to make sure I'm good. They want to make sure, you know what I mean, my finances and everything like that is in order. So I called him and basically told him I went to the casino and lost like a lot of money. Like, a lot of money.
Yeah.
This is like after like one of my boys, and like he had lost a lot of money at the casino. So I'm like, bro, I need to borrow something. I need to hold something. You know what I mean? Like that whole thing, and I recorded it and posted it. It was funny or whatever, and that was like his response was to get my man, because I guess he was like, oh, he was in town or whatever, and he wanted to like
Get you back.
meet me or whatever, and him and my manager concocted that. So that's why. So that was who I was talking to. You know, whenever he walked up behind me, because like you been to Phoenix, like
Yeah.
It's people walking up to you all the time down there. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just walking up to you. Hey, what's up, Jamal?
Yeah, they cool people.
Like, they cool. Like they cool. Like real interactive fans. So it's like whenever he walked up behind me, I ain't thinking it's nothing. I'm like, oh, what's up? What's going on, bro? My man's just like left me hanging. He like looked me dead in my eye. All right, like now you know, like it's a certain look, right? It's a certain look that you get. Like all right, you know, it's a certain look you can give a dog, right?
Yeah.
It'll set that dog up, and that dog will come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the type of look he gave me, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh God, I'll try you." I'm like, you know what I mean? I just wanted to check his temperature. He was like, "Hold on, bro."
Yeah.
Like what you say? Just big mom had to do it fast. You know, the more shock you get, you know,
Yeah.
the more you get.
Yeah.
Get that real live reaction. Oh, shit.
Real talk.
Yeah, he got that reaction came out.
And that
real
look
quick.
changed real quick. You see the look at his face.
Joke.
So you had no idea. You didn't recognize him though. That happened so fast.
Nah. I didn't like.
No, he wasn't.
I had seen his video.
Yeah.
But like I hadn't like. It was like on some like
In the
some shit
moment.
that you real like you
Yeah.
like scrolling through, reeling through.
Yeah.
Type deal.
The look on you're right. That he
Yeah, that
gave
was
you
good
that
stuff.
look like he was because and then when you turned around, you get because the camera's right on him. He was no.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
scared to death.
He was like, bro, I'm playing.
Bro,
right?
it was bro. That was smooth, bro. That was smooth how he set me up. Even the whole like my man's like because I'm assuming because like if you usually see my manager, he got that earpiece in or something like that, bro. Because like my man's was like he like this and like I'm over here leaning. Like I did not see him. I ain't hear him.
Yeah.
I ain't nothing until he said what he said. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, what's up? Left me hanging. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck. I was like, what's up? At that point, it's like, what's up? It's like, oh God, I'll try you. Try what?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Bro, he reads whole shit changes though. When
especially like, you know what I mean? Where I'm from, bro, yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah,
gotta
who you
be
trying to try?
Quick, like
Yeah.
You gotta be quick, boy. You don't know.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
real
mess with
tough.
those dudes up in Michigan, bro. It's a different world up there.
I mean, that guy's bold to be doing those videos.
Yeah.
Period. Though.
Bro, he be
Man, those are bad.
He be getting everybody.
You
I've
see
been
the one-
seeing some people where they like other video or other people that do those videos and they go wrong. Like,
Yeah.
He be like,
I
man, I
would
smack your girl
never-
booty. I was like, what? I was like, this was wild.
he got choked up by one dude, big ass black dude, bro. Grabbed his ass up by his throat. He was talking about his girl and shit. Man, it was what's the dudes on YouTube? My man's not had a gun pulled on him multiple times.
Yeah.
The Latino dude,
The
and
Latino
other
dude,
dude
yeah.
with the dreads, bro.
He be going
Like,
too far.
yeah.
Well, you got to get. I mean, the boss because he knew it. It'd be different if he didn't know who you were. But the fact that your manager set it up to prank you, it's like you got to give that dude some balls. Like, I'm gonna walk up and do this to a UFC fighter. I'm like, hey man, if it's a prank or not, you don't know people's reaction that quick.
Well, I mean, my manager was like right there though. Like, so as soon as I grabbed him, my manager grabbed me.
He's like, no. It's just a prank.
Did
That's
you?
good call on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think Orrin would have done? Orrin wouldn't have grabbed you.
Or it would have been like, too late for this guy. It's a prank, Kev.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Orrin just would have walked away, bro. He'd been like, hey, I had nothing to do with this. I didn't set this up. I don't know this guy.
Shit. I thought you was like, your man would have just like teed up. Oh, your man would have just like
my
teed
manager,
off
he'd have
on-
been like, well, too bad for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk. Oh, shit. Damn.
Shouldn't have pranked
left
him.
him alone.
to Mario. Here we go.
So is that what got you started on doing your videos? You know, your comical videos that you've been doing lately.
That's kind of what made me want to more engage with them. But I was already like
Kind of doing them.
I was already like kind of doing them. I've always done like skits and things like that. Like I did video production back in high school. So,
Okay.
I actually made like a little comedy DVD.
Okay.
Back in high school, so it was like just a bunch of
still got
skits
it?
or whatever on that.
yeah, do you still have that?
Oh, man, we got to find that.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I wish I could, cause like my brother that passed, he was actually on that. He did that with me, so I wish I still had that.
Man.
But
What was it called?
huh?
What was it?
It was
Just a
I just did a bunch of skits, bro. I just got a camera. Like they let me use a camera from school. They let me use the computer when to edit it and stuff like that. So
Somebody's
Was it a project you had to turn it in or what, to the school?
it was something I
Someone
wanted
did.
to do.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So,
so like
I got
comedy
that.
is just a part of your character.
Yeah.
Is that something you see yourself going into?
Yeah.
Like on film, on camera.
I mean, I thought about writing a couple stand-ups, maybe
Have you-
some,
Have you seen the UFC?
That funny money.
They got the little comedy thing the UFC does. Have you seen that? So they got this little stand-up comedy thing that the UFC does every
It's a
once in a
show,
while.
right?
I think it is a show, but I know they for sure they have like a little live thing that they do. And who do they have on there? I can't remember. I can never remember the guy's name. I gave him a hard time, but he had a couple locals on there. He had Henry Cejudo on there, which I don't really think Henry Cejudo's funny at all. I mean, he's his height and everything is a joke in itself. You know what I mean? But,
Damn, here we go,
you know,
Kevin.
it's
Open
like-
mic.
yeah, so it's like, but no, props to Henry Cejudo, double champ, awesome combat athlete, you know what I mean, Triple C, dude's the man. But that being said, yeah, dude's definitely the little man. But that being said,
With all due respect.
with all due respect, he's the baddest little man, probably out there, second to Aljo. But yeah, what do you think about the UFC doing a little comedy sketch? I think they're using the wrong people, me personally.
I think you need to get a segment.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
come holler at me about something.
We need to switch it up. Remember Kings and Queens of Comedy back in the day?
They like my videos.
Yeah. He said they like my videos.
We just do an open mic. Like UFC fighter open mic.
I mean, that's kind of how they have it set up.
But we just
it's
do
like
better. We couldn't do a roast because the shit would pop off. Can you imagine a roast? Holy shit! Somebody
Yeah.
would. Yeah, I don't want to be a part of that. I'm
old school your mama
shut.
battles.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I
Yeah, a
don't
bunch of
wanna-
MMA fighters.
Yeah, that'd go horribly wrong.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be good.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm
New
not.
season of the Ultimate Fighter.
I'm like,
You gotta, have you seen some of the shit that fighters get insulted by? Like motherfuckers saying.
Yeah,
Like,
real
they be
easy.
like, you hate them because of that.
You get mad real easy.
Y'all can't be in the same room because of that.
Yeah.
I'm one of those fighters that be getting kind of emotional.
No. But it's just funny. Kevin will get emotional about nothing that shouldn't get emotional about, but then not get emotional about something like, oh, that's because, he's like,
that's nothing.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I probably more so you'd be like, what, competitive? Like, just like the.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're emotional to compete or
I don't know. It's
really
just
be in your fifis.
Yeah, they be saying some shit, and I be like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Where I live at, you ain't allowed to say that. So
It would depend on what they say.
it just, just kind of how it comes off sometimes. It comes off wrong. I'll be like, I don't know what your intentions was when you said it. So
Yeah.
then I kind of get, my emotions about it. And, like that video you made when you said Kevin was probably like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
You better weigh your
Yeah, shit, boy, yup, shit. You know what I'm saying?
There should be a rule, though. If you wouldn't say it to somebody in a dark alley, just you and them, don't fucking say it online. Or
Yeah.
don't say
That's
it.
a rule for me, period.
For
I'm
real.
not saying it all.
But it should be. If you wouldn't say it to someone like in a dark alley, just you and them, don't fucking say it online. Don't say it to somebody else. Like,
Tough as shit online.
oh, bro, it's wild.
So me and Jamal was talking earlier, and he was saying he came back to the fighting thing because he had one person in particular that he was gonna take out. One person in particular, and I was like, well, damn, man. I said, what if the dude just hit you up and was like, hey, bro, how about we just be cool? 'Cause I don't want to fight you, bro. He said, well, Jamal's a real cool motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
He's cool as hell.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's like, I'm like, we just get some rounds in, we'd be good. I'm like, damn, so no matter what, you just want to put your hands on him. So who's that person, Jamal?
It's a test, man. It's a test. I said it from the jump.
Yeah.
John Jones.
John Jones, the ultimate test. Yeah.
That's just something that I gotta test my skills against.
Yeah, that's the ultimate test.
So,
Yeah.
that's definitely some smoke that I want.
Yeah, that's a fun test too.
Man, that would be a really good fight, and I love that. You got that competitive spirit. Just like yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm gonna be, bro. That's why I'm here, bro. Like real talk. Like whenever I first seen MMA, the first thing I seen was Anderson Silva. Like UFC.
Yeah.
The first fight I watched was Anderson Silva, and it was a Forrest Griffin fight.
Yeah.
That was one of the most spectacular performances
It's iconic fight, memorable.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that, I was like, I want to see if I can do that. I want to see if I can be that good. I want to see if I can be better than that.
Yeah.
Only way to do that is to fight that dude. So amateurs, I fought 185.
Yeah.
That was who I was chasing. But then he lost. Then he had the injury, things like that, and it was just like, honestly, for a minute, I didn't see how you would really get paid in it. You know what I'm saying? Like how I wanted to be paid. I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was in between, bro. I didn't know what to do. So then I kind of got caught up with just like in life, I had some kids, I had responsibilities, so I started like, all right, maybe play the safe route. You know what I mean? The everyday, just
Yeah, the easy way.
Yeah,
Clock in, clock
right,
out.
clock in,
Yeah,
clock
get that
out.
salary, get that hourly.
But I was miserable, miserable. Bro, I'm talking bro. I remember times, bro. I wake up, bro. It was like, yeah, I slept I went to bed at 10, but still, I slept all these hours, but it felt like I didn't sleep at all.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm waking up, punching my pillow, mad as hell. But it's like I get up and go do it anyway.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So, and then John started his thing, man, doing his thing, started building up like he was, and it was like, all right, it's another test.
You get Nike deals and shit.
Yeah. Then he got the Gatorade deal. So I was like, oh, so it's the way to
make some money in this
make
thing.
some money in this, you know what I'm saying? So it was like then Connor, and things. It was like I was like, okay. I started building way back, but now you kind of get trapped up in life. You feel me? So I had to make a decision. Ultimately, decision was to come after this and come after my mans. It ain't no personal. I like John. I'm a fan of John.
Competitive.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that
competitive drive.
Yeah,
And that's a hell of a competitive drive too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look where you are. You know what I mean? scratching dudes left and right. You know what I mean? Hell of a record.
Starching them, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even close. I mean, I'm not even being a homer because you're here, because I talk a lot of shit on here and say it. And so one day I'm going to be at an event, get my ass beat. Someone's going to sneak me because I'm like, fuck TJ Dillashaw,
Hey,
fuck
you're the
that
guy
guy.
on the podcast, right?
Yeah, you're that. That's not me. Fuck that podcast. And but starching dudes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even, close. What was it? What, Jimmy Crute? What was it? First round? And then the second fight, who was the Walker, starched him. I mean, you put him to sleep, and then
that was a shot too. It's like, it's like the shot you landed was like, it's some power to put a person down there. It's like, wow. It's like, fuck it.
I like it.
Timing and precision with power.
Yeah.
It's gonna win every time.
Yeah. And that Thiago Santos fight, that was fun. I enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed watching that.
Had to tussle up.
Yeah.
Tussle up with him a little bit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah. See, yeah. That's how you do it, brother.
You covered so much ground from now back to, it was 2019, right? When it became official for you, and
actually 2020.
Was it 2020?
January. They put me on. I was on the shelf for like 7 months. After I got signed, so I got signed. I didn't fight till 7 months later. So yeah, I look at it like 2020, January 2020.
It was Apex, right? First one? Was it Apex your first fight?
No, Raleigh.
It was Raleigh?
That was Raleigh. That was when I fought Darko Stosi.
Oh yeah.
And I know you said you're like competitive, but I'm just curious because I know a lot of guys and girls coming up as fighters, and some people are just so focused on being the best themselves and best fighter they can be that they're not worried about the end result. So I don't know how, for you, before you got to where you are now, could you see where you were going to be? Or was it one of those things where you're like, I'm just so competitive and I'm going to keep going, and then you woke up and you were like, damn, I'm really here. You know what I'm saying?
I think it ran one and the same for me. Like,
yeah.
I always knew that. I just knew I was on that level. I knew I was good, so I just knew all I had to do was just work and get there, and the rest of it was gonna take care of itself. Yeah. And that was just kind of what I always just focused on, was just that, just put the work in and the rest to take care of itself. Like it's not like I'm not a disrespect for anybody or nothing like that, but just purely based off the facts, since I've been fighting, since I've been training and all of that, there's not a man that I can't touch. Mm-hmm. And now I've gotten better as to where now I understand how I want to touch you, where I want to touch you, what you can and cannot take. And what, and just with that adding up the way that it has, it's just on another level.
When you talk about touching the person like that, that's usually what I think about.
He's not
I'm talking about hands, bro. Touch them up university.
Kevin,
we schooling them with the hands. Touch them up university. We schooling them with the hands.
Yeah, I'm thinking about tickling people and thinking about all the wrong things, touching booty in between rounds. Yeah. Ring girl walk in,
knocking off boogers.
Like the Brooke one, she walks in, and I'll be like, damn, can't even concentrate.
Talking to him in the fight, bro. That shit was so wild, bro. Watching,
looking for Dana and trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? What shoes he getting next? What shoes I should get next?
That's a real
too much shit going on.
But I'm gonna be real. I don't even think about like the money and none of that. I don't even think about it until like that's just like I remember that I actually make money for it like after the fight. I mean, I just be so locked in to like just trying to enjoy the moment, enjoy it, like you know what I mean? Because if I'm not enjoying it like that for real, then it really like don't mean nothing. But
you be locked in.
Yeah,
I be locked in.
I
be locked in, bro.
You gotta love what you do. But that's like competitive. Same thing. Like Kev is like, hey man, that's what you like to see in though. The guys that want to fight, right? Like I want to be the best. I want to fight John Jones. Like there's a lot of guys that try to pick and choose and and again, you gotta have fights, right? You gotta have stair-step fights. But you're like, hey man, I want that dude. I want to test myself against the best. And that's respect. That's the cats that, you get paid to do it, but you're doing it for more than the money, right? Like, again, you're going to have to do something. That's.
Well, and I also don't, I feel like he's not even just calling him out.
Well, that's why we work, right? Yeah, 100%.
Right. Ego stuff. It's like his fight IQ is good enough
it's great.
to get to do that. You know what I mean? And that's different than a lot of other people are just like, oh no, I want that guy.
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference.
Shit, man. I'm 30 now. I want the easy fights. Fuck 'em.
You're not 30. We got what 7 days, 8 days?
Hey.
How many more sleeps?
I was 30 before I turned 30. I'm just waiting to call it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, how old are you?
So I'm 31.
31. They just coming. Both of you just coming in your prime.
Prime time.
Yeah. Oh well, he
Prime
retired.
time, baby.
Prime. This is right
I'm
now. This
I'm coming
is,
back.
Hey, look,
This is an old head. I'm an old head coming back.
This is the.
Tell him, well,
I'm an old head coming back.
I'm the Beatles on tour.
Yeah, get the band back together.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
Get the band back together.
Hey, get the band back in town. And the band is back around. I'm back, baby. So when do you want to fight again?
Soon. I want to fight as soon as possible. But realistically, like, you know what I'm saying? I know I gotta wait.
Yeah. Because everything's booked up right now.
Everybody's booked up.
Yeah.
And I want to move forward. I want to move towards the title shot. You know, this division doesn't have the luxury of like a bunch of big names and things like that, or like just people that just like draw audience like that. So I feel like in order for me to get to the fights, the level of fights and the draws that I want, and to get on that status that I want, I have to get the belt.
Yeah.
Who do you want next? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Yeah. Who do you want next? Like, no matter what, that they're matched up and all that stuff. Who do you want next?
Somebody at the top that gets me to it. That gets me to a title fight. Well, the way I see it, I think Glover.
Yeah.
Retires if he loses. He might even retire if he wins. But if he doesn't, if he wins and Yuri falls back,
Yuri.
I want Yuri.
Of course.
You know, even if he wins and he wins the title, I still want Yuri. You know,
Yeah.
I still want the title fight.
That title.
But, you know, being realistic, I think the winner of Magomed and Yan will get the next title. We'll get the next title shot. So I'll take whoever the loser of one of those two.
Yeah.
You know,
And Smith is hurt right now, right?
yeah, Smith and Rackage are hurt right now. Yeah.
So-
It's got to be hard getting a fight now after those last two, though. People probably don't want to fight you now.
No. only somebody wanting to make a name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is gonna want to take that fight.
Which I assume that's everybody in the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So
Yeah.
And I believe it was your last fight. They had you on the panel, and you said something that I loved, and it stuck with me. And you gave a huge shout out to your team and your gym, and you were talking about, you know, that you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these people, and you know, that you haven't left them, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. I wanted to hear about that mentality as a fighter, because you don't always see that a lot. It's not all the time. So I was like, oh, that's cool that the spotlight's on you in that moment, right? And then you gave it back to all the people that got you there. So how important is your gym to you, and, you know, to who you are now?
my gym is everything. My gym. Those guys have been the guys who raised me from, you know what I mean? Like not like parenting, but you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've had a big influence on my life from the time I was 18. You know, they've been there whenever I needed them. You know what I mean? Whether I knew I needed them at that moment or not. You know, so yeah. That's so if you ask about me, if you want to know about me, that story goes through them too. So that's what that is, and just a simple fact of it, if it's not broke, that's just common sense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Real talk.
You know, we've never huddled together and put together a game plan that somebody should beat.
Right.
You know, the one time I lost, I went rogue. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
That's good stuff. So
No, that is good.
Yeah, so you're good at following the game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always go rogue.
No, there are some fighters that don't listen. They don't listen, and then they blame their team. You know what I mean? They blame the people that are, and they're like, no, man, you didn't go by what we told you to do.
Yeah.
You can't blame us.
I'm not gonna blame. I would never shift the blame because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's in there.
Yeah.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I can give my team all my W's, but I can't give them none of my L's. You know what I mean? All the L's is me. The W's is us together. You know what I mean? Because for sure, like me, I go rogue. Fucking 9 times out of 10. You know,
Can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, I'm like shit. And then when they tell me, I'm like, that's a good fucking idea. I go out there.
I've been yelling at you the whole fucking time.
It's like, yeah. It's like I got like Travis. I remember I was fighting in China. Motherfucker didn't come into the cage 3rd round. He was like, he's not listening. What's the point of going in there anyways? Oh shit. I was like, so he said he sent the boxing coach at the time, Suge. He sent Suge in there, and Suge was like, hey, look, man, like, you doing good, bro, but he hit you with a bad bitch that last round. Hey, just like look at me in my eyes, bro. I was like, okay, I'm looking at you, bro. He said, go for a takedown. I was like, damn, bro, it's like that. I was like, you know, you're the boxing coach, right?
I'm gonna start listening.
Yeah, he said, I don't know how you supposed to do it, bro, but you need to. They said go for a takedown, and I agree with him, bro. Shit ain't looking too smooth. Hit that nigga with a takedown. They say he easy to tap out. Just do it. And I mean, I did it, like with like a minute and a half left. You know what I mean? I was like, well, I probably should listen. You know what I mean?
That builds the we're entertainers.
I was just trying to give people what they wanted.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I could think of plenty of times where it was like, Kev. And then, you know, it's like one time, you know, that's why I like having Bob around, because we don't have that relationship. You know, it's like I'm real like, all right, I'm going to listen to this nigga. You know what I mean? I'm going to try something new this time. Every time I get to the corner and he's like, as long as I can make it to the corner with Bob. Yeah. Props to Jamahal. He didn't let me make it to the fucking corner. You know what I mean? It's like, as long as I can make it to the corner with Bob, it's like I usually come out and it's usually bad business for the next guy. So it's like, I feel what you're saying 100%. I just need to stop going rogue.
So just listen in the first round. Just listen when you're coming out. Just listen.
I miss that music jumps on.
You get into
I
it.
start dancing and shit.
Yeah.
Then they be like,
here
hey,
you go.
Kev. I be like,
There we go. He's got the one. He's got the one.
Use that for the pre-fight, like any pre-fight nerves or anxieties or anxiousness or whatever you feel. That's what the music is for. But when you get in there, bro, you slow it down, bro.
No, I be sleep in the back. I don't have no nerves, no nothing. I fall asleep. I be like, then I be like, oh, they be like, Kev, it's time to fight. I be like, damn, bro. Now I'm lackadaisical and shit. I gotta wake up. Feel like I've been smoking blunts for 2 hours. I ain't smoked in a whole week. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, all right. Then the song drop, and I'm like, y'all hear that shit? We in a motherfucking club. You know what I
You gotta go outside.
And then he gets his one dance move. And then he's on.
the whole time walking out, looking at people like, you see this shit, nigga? You know I can dance. You know I can dance.
Don't be the first one out.
You know what I mean?
Somebody from another country playing some shit. Because then they
You don't know what's going on.
And that be the time. That be the time I should probably look in the corner and talk to him. But I'm just sitting there like,
Go back to sleep.
fuck, man.
But he be like, shit.
Why did I do this? I'll be telling you, can I come out second, please? Please. Please. I'll wear the blue gloves. It don't matter. Just let me come out.
Whatever
second.
gloves.
Just let me come out second.
Yeah, that's the game plan. Hey, you just play a
Walking
shitty
in
song.
the dark.
Straight rock and roll. I'm like, I'm in a good spirit and just, I'm like, oh, what the
Who let
fuck?
you pick that? Yeah,
I call that kill the puppy music.
Man.
kill the vibe. Like, come on, I'm trying to fight, dude. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm like,
So there's
know,
a game plan to that though. Play some slow ass fucking sad song. Keep headphones in, and then throw off your opponent.
you see what happened ever since Tyron Woodley started coming out with his own music?
Well, I mean, right, but we already discussed this.
All right, I'm not.
We already talked about this.
I'm not gonna go back down.
You saw what happened.
I'm sorry, T-Wood. My
Speaking
bad.
of sleeping, I think he's still.
I'm just still mad that, you know, I had this girl, she used to have a crush on Tyron Woodley. Then we get in the elevator and I used to always tell her, like, bro, like, stop having a crush on these niggas. Like we're gonna run into them. Like, if you can have a crush on a celebrity, right? And I got a blue check.
It can't be somebody
next to
you
my
meet,
name,
right?
You know, it can't
kind of
be.
the rule.
I'm like, if you can have
awkward.
if you can have a crush on this nigga, I can have a crush on your homegirl. Like, this is just like
Solid argument.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. I'm like, it makes sense. A year later, in the elevator,
Run into him.
bing, door opens.
What'd she do?
Walks in Tyron Woodley. Bitch looks at me like.
There he is.
So
Once in a lifetime shit. She feel like she just hit the lottery and shit.
I look at the bitch
This
like,
is your moment.
I say, damn, T Wood, you know this bitch like you. She been talking about you for a minute. I slid back to the other side like, skrrr.
So then you put on his music, kill the vibe.
That's what I should have did. You know what I mean?
Y'all going
we get out
off
the elevator.
right now, bro.
We get out the elevator. She's like, "Oh my god, I didn't know he was that short." I said, "I told you he was short." No, but like online they say, I'm like, "Nah." Yeah. I'm like, "Maybe you talking about how his booty looked all nice and shit." I'm like, "You should have told him how his booty looked nice." She like, "No, he was short." I'm like, "No, I don't want to hear that shit." Call your homegirl.
Yeah, slide in the DM. Let's go.
Call her. You know, short. It's like, let's make the story. She's a little shorter. She never called her homegirl.
So you got shitted on that deal.
Yeah, pretty bad.
It's fucked up.
So every chance I get, you know, here goes a Tyron Woodley joke. and I want you to know, when you guys edit this shit, please throw his fucking song in right there.
We're gonna get no views. That's it. Shut down the
This is
podcast.
shit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I dropped a song with my cousin, you know, and it's fucking Tyron Woodley has a lot of views on his shittiest song. He has some other songs that are actually pretty good, but it's like that one song that's not Beat Your Head to the White Meat. It has a lot of views, and it's his worst song.
That makes sense.
It's a title.
Though, because if something's not good,
Beat Your Head to the White
like,
Meat.
People go
man,
clown them.
Listen to this shit.
Beat the head to the white meat.
That's a terrible name for a song, bro.
The song alone, even if you
I'm
don't
about to drop this new
it,
single called "Beat Your Head to the White Meat." You know, how do you even like? Come on, man. Hot 91, Hot 95, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Spin that track.
Yo, beat your head to the. How does it even go? I've never even heard the song.
Hey,
now we're gonna listen
Can we
to
play
it.
Beat your head to the white meat. Beat your head to the white meat.
Please,
Beat your head to
please
the
come
white
out
meat.
to your next
that's
fight on
actually
that.
better than.
No wonder he took those
I
L's.
think, and you know what? And you know what's fucked up? I think Wiz Khalifa's on there. I think they traded it for
Stop
like some
it.
personal trainings or something like that.
Listen, sir,
So-
you gotta stop that. You gotta stop equating his music to what happened in his athletic career. You stop that. You stop that. That is
He had a great-
that was a dirty
he had a
shot.
great MMA
That was a
career.
dirty shot.
Phenomenal.
He did.
Yeah,
He
no,
did.
phenomenal.
He did.
It wasn't bad until it got bad. You know,
Well,
it's like went out there and fucking who did he beat for?
No, we weren't talking about MMA. I thought we were talking about the boxing career.
He beat Lawler.
Robbie.
Yeah, badass knockout. I mean, the dude had a hell of an MMA career. I mean, I really should keep my mouth shut about his career because he's had a better career than me at this point in time. I think our records are close to the same. But, you know,
With all this,
but it's like, I think for Dustin's benefit, I think that he goes after the boxing record.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
we're going to the
Like-
boxing.
Yeah,
like
because that's what
losing
we
to
talked
Jake
about
Paul.
the first time
Yeah.
it came up.
What's more embarrassing, right?
Yeah, what was worse? Was it the
What you think?
his rap career or the knockout?
Boxing. We actually said rap boxing career, not MMA. Because champion.
Like,
that was his boxing career.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing, right?
That's my
like
boxing
that. You ever seen the light skinned dude that they're like it's like holding mitts and working with Jake Paul? Like his name's Jaden Love. He used to train under Floyd.
Oh yeah, I remember when they was
You know what I mean?
going at it
So-
with each other.
So he got real people that know boxing around him. Like Jay Leon was a champion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's got real people around him that's a champion that are legit, you know what I'm saying? And then they doing this every day, you know what I mean? So yeah, he building up at that way. And here's the thing. When has Tyron Woodley ever had hands?
No, never really. He had
I'm
that
gonna be
ball.
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. And this. I'm not trying to take nothing away from his career because he came in, but like a lot of the reason why he was able to beat a lot like knockout rival things like that is athleticism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
wasn't like striking combat skill.
Yeah.
It was
Real talk.
athleticism.
Real talk.
You know, so whenever people started to come in that had athleticism or the ability to deal with athleticism, it became a problem.
Yeah.
You can't just spam right hands at everybody in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think honestly, me personally, I think his greatest win, and I don't know how much weight this holds, is Darren Till.
Yes.
Just because at the time Darren Till was on a tear, doing really good, and you know he was managed to stop what Darren Till had going on.
Yeah.
And Darren Till was probably on his way to being the first double champ. He was probably going to be, if he would have beat Woodley, you know, we all know he was having trouble with getting to 170 pounds. Who was the champ at 185 pounds at the time? I think it was Michael Bisping and Luke Rockhold. It was those two. Yeah, so it's like that would have been a great stylistic matchup. It would have been fun.
Bisping, yes, because Bisping would have been more willing to brawl with him.
Yeah.
Rockhold, fuck no.
I mean, if he would have caught Rockhold with a kick, a punch, if he would have kissed Rockhold on the chin.
If was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Yeah. I think he would have caught him though. All he had to do was go. And it hit Rockhold on the chin, and you know.
Yeah, but yeah, you see, he double back it through Rockhold and chin in the same thing. Yeah, he got it. And then you had to think about it.
It's hard being a guy like let me shut up. Because his last fight, he took fucking damage, smeared blood on the guy, and kept going. Yeah, and a guy in Paulo Costa who they all swear hits hard as fuck. I think he pushed.
They were both in terrible shape.
You know, or maybe they were just both putting out a lot of energy.
They were, and where they nah, bro.
Yes, they're right.
Nah, bro. Because here's the thing. If I'm gonna be judged based off of me fighting 4 rounds at a hard pace, it was like round 2 before my man was already like, oh shit. Fuck you. Bro, that's some bar shit, bro. That's some shit somebody does. Fuck you, Dale. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You know what I mean?
All right.
He's a swinging golfer.
So you guys know.
Shit.
Hey, you know I just bought those shoes in Houston. Okay, let me get back on subject. My bad. So Cozy's over here.
Are you only wearing one? Or we're only
wearing one. Only wearing one shoe at a time. Let's not go down that path. Cozy and them are over there warning me. They're letting me know we're getting low on time. All right, guys. So
we gotta wrap this shit up.
Oh shit! Where the fuck that
you,
come
the
from?
haters.
Too
The
high.
table.
But who you got?
I'm too high for this shit.
High on life.
You want to try?
Oh yeah.
CBD.
CBD.
Yeah.
CBD. I'm just it's giving me anxiety.
Wait, how much time do we have?
I got a good one. So we're talking about how things are. First of all, how hard is it for you to get to 205? Not that hard. What do you walk around at? When you start eating on the diet a little bit, after 1 week of being on a diet,
I'm like 230, 220, between 230 to 225.
Okay, so you walk around about the same as like Alex, right? Pereira, right?
Probably.
Getting ready to fight.
Izzy.
Would you ever try that cut again?
To 185. Mm-hmm. Money talks.
Yeah.
Money talks.
And I'm just up here thinking about styles make fights, right? You know, we were talking about that in the car earlier. Styles make fights, and doesn't mean one person's less of an athlete or less of a combat person than the other person. Just styles have a tendency to make fights. Me thinking about your style, thinking about the 185 division and a lot of fights they have there. It's like Paulo Costa could easily be a 205er, but he fights at 85. You and Paulo Costa, fun fight. You and Izzy, it's like you instantly going down. It's like I would think you got to give the man a title shot. It's like fucking fun fight. You and Alex, fun fight. It's like everybody right there at the top. It's like that strike. I think that's a fucking amazing fight.
I think you starch Paul. I think you starch them.
Yeah, I think you starch. Probably starch. The
think
funny
I
thing about it is you probably starch all of them.
Well, you said
like,
closer first. I was like,
I
think
it's a good.
Ain't no disrespect.
No,
great.
Izzy my
fun
dog.
style
Bro.
fights.
Izzy cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? He always show love and respect and shit like that. You know what I mean? All of that. But we talking strictly off competitiveness.
Yeah. And those are all.
fun.
But those are all
Great fights.
beyond selling pay-per-view.
Yeah, big fights.
And we're it's like if John was still at 205 right now, we would talk about a completely new weight class. Like it was.
Yeah, but could he go? He could go back down too. Catch weight.
Why would he? He's like 270.
Yeah, but what about catch weight?
Catch weight. Well, shit. What's wrong?
I'm willing to believe.
Don't
Don't
underestimate Sweet Dreams' hunger for gold.
Yeah.
All right. I could go down. I could
go up. Yeah.
Hey,
Stay where you're at.
Ain't never been a triple champ. You know what I'm saying? Ain't never been a triple champ.
What's the story? Real quick, y'all give me this for a second. Sorry. What's the story behind the fight name? Sweet Dreams.
You really? We can knock this out real quick. So I was my first amateur fight. I was sitting. They gave me the form that you fill out with your name, like fight name. I was like, I ain't got one. And I was listening. And like the Beyonce song, you can be a sweet dream.
Beautiful nightmare.
Beautiful nightmare. Real shit. And I was like, it's like you could be nightmare. It's like nightmare. Look, it's like you could be nightmare, right? It's like you could be nightmare, right? This is funny. It's like, hold on, this is some real shit. Hold on, this is some real shit though. It's like you could be, it's like nightmare. Diego already had nightmare. It's like sweet dreams. I was like, sweet dreams. I was like, knock it out.
That's better than
hold
Beautiful
on.
Nightmare.
So I put that down, right? And it was on some funny shit, bro. It was on some funny shit because like my teammate that says like you should be Sweet Dreams. I was like, fuck no. Somebody said nightmare. So I was like, nah, Diego got that. Then it was like Sweet Dreams. I was like, that's funny as hell. I was like, fuck it. I put it down and I went in and knocked the dude out in like 40-something seconds.
Sticking that, yeah.
God,
So I had to stay stuck after that.
It's funny that's how you
That's
got
because I thought it was going to be like night-night.
It works, bro.
Night-night.
It works, but I never would
really
have thought in
thought-
a million fucking years that I got it off of Beyonce.
You always ask what someone's fight name story is because you don't know.
I would have never
I
guessed it.
literally thought it was two things. I thought, okay, it's either because he goes in there and he's knocking these dudes out, or it's because he fell asleep and dreamed about knocking people out. So it was one of the two. And you just shocked the shit out of me.
I was betting it was because you put people night-night. I was like, oh, yeah, Sweet Dreams night-night. Or it was he came out on some funny stuff. Sweet dreams are made of these. That is a complete.
I don't even think that song was out yet.
Bro, dropping
That's wild as shit.
Step Brothers,
That's a
Sweet
great song.
Dreams.
Literally,
That's a great
literally
Funny
a dude that'll knock out any big homie you got on your block.
Yeah.
Knock out probably every person in every weight class.
Yeah.
And literally pick this song off of fucking Beyonce. Pick this name off of
Yeah,
Beyonce's
that's
song.
why you don't fuck with people like
What
that.
the fuck? So be careful when you're riding down the street and you hear a motherfucker listen to
Listen to
Beyonce.
Beyonce, Britney Spears.
Don't even
Hey, bro, don't fuck with that dude.
Yeah. You think when a motherfucker listening to Young Boy, you think that's a dangerous motherfucker. You need to watch out for that nigga listening to Beyonce.
Hey,
He got
dude-
some shit going on.
And he's real comfortable with it, too. He was like, yeah, bro, it's Beyonce's. I'm like,
He's like,
that's
hey,
why you
real
don't.
shit, let me tell you.
Yeah.
that.
Fucking up my
Let me tell you
tunes.
something.
That's why you don't fuck with a dude.
man.
If you're in
Yeah, look.
Phoenix and the dude's listening to Beyonce, don't roll up trying to prank him. You get your ass beaten.
Don't play with a man that listens to Beyonce.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I didn't say I listened to Beyonce. I was playing this shit. Hey, but anyway, no. I've listened to some Beyonce. Why you talking shit? Yo, my man play Beyonce.
Everything you want.
Yeah. Yo, my man play
In the
Beyonce.
closet. Yeah.
Get that,
bro, don't get
bust
me
out that
started.
Fabuloso, get the cleaning.
Yeah, don't get me
What
started.
happened? Who's
Hey,
you
I ain't
listen
gonna
to when
lie,
you
I
talk
ain't
to
gonna lie.
Fabuloso?
So, like, back in the day, you know, my mom, you know, when I was growing up, my mom, she used to still play the TLCs and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no scrub.
Don't
Can't
go
get no
chase-
love from me. Hanging out the passenger. So every time I be hanging out with the homie, bro, I'm serious though. I be hanging out with the homie, right? And I be in the passenger seat of the car, right? And I be knowing I got my own car. I got some jewelry on and shit. Know I look good. And I see a bad girl, and I be like, I'm about to holler at her. And that song goes through my head. I don't want no
I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. I was about to Toro for that reason. I was gonna get my own car.
Yeah.
I drive everywhere. I drive myself everywhere.
car like,
Everywhere. They be like, cuz, you want to ride with me? Nah, I'm good. You can ride with me.
Yeah.
You can ride with me.
I ain't gonna look like the broke one, right?
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think this was a hell of a podcast.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. Thank
We
you so much.
got Sweet Dreams here, aka the Beyonce champ.
Man, come on with that shit. Get out of here.
You now you got
Yeah.
Hey, top 3 funniest people in the fucking UFC.
Yeah.
for sure.
I want to see open mic.
You know,
Get ready for his comedy segment.
top 2 for sure. I'm gonna put myself in the 3rd spot. Him and Derek Lewis. I gotta find out who's the funniest. So
Oh, that would be a good
I don't
a
know.
mic off.
Could we just have all y'all on
they,
the podcast at
your
once?
guys are funny in 2 different ways. That's the
Yeah.
crazy part about it. You know what I mean? It's like when he do some funny shit, I think it just holds even more weight of being funny.
Yeah.
Because he keeps that like,
Straight face. Like cool as a cucumber, no emotions.
yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's like, yeah. So, yeah. Just realize, recognize, and
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. And I don't even know what fucking episode this is.
It was a great one, though. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being
And make sure you guys follow us on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Never been to Texas.
My first time.
I was
in
going to ask.
Texas.
I assumed
Wow.
you been. Well, you got to come here because this is Beyonce's home state. You know that, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So, you know,
why you
you
can.
got to come show.
Yeah.
Show respect.
Man, y'all got. So I should look. Y'all see, you know what I take from this podcast? Be careful of the stories that you tell me.
Yeah, be careful.
this motherfucker.
He's quiet. He's that sneaky.
He was
He's like,
just
no disrespect. But somehow it always
it was just
made
right as I was telling the story, it was a look he gave. It was just a look he made that was.
Yeah, then he's on it.
You know,
It was
when
at
you know
this
when I'm
moment
sitting
you
chill,
knew you
and I
fucked
raise
up.
up a little bit like,
And then he tries to backpedal when you can tell when he's really the mice are turning in the head. He compliments you, so he takes that little shot, but then he compliments you, and you're like, oh, okay. He didn't, and then he goes
Yeah,
right
and then
back
he
to
goes
it.
right back
He
to it.
circles
Look,
back.
look, you are amazing, but
But hey, I love you. He's like, you suck shit, but I love you. But here we go right back to it. and he's always no disrespect, but somehow it always manages.
It's never disrespect.
Yeah, it's just funny.
But Tyron Woodley's rap career.
Man.
All right, we're out.
Holy shit! Hey, bro, that was the best one.